Thinking of getting you to your retirement as a journey is the way to look at it. And you want to pay special attention to preparation and what makes sense early in the trip and later in the trip. Now, the motivation for investing is that while your main goal is a comfortable retirement, many skip the real detailed planning to achieve it. Let me give you an example. In plain English, you can't just invest and expect to arrive 30 years later at a great retirement. It doesn't work that way. And people then make the next mistake of investing all out from day one at, say, 35, 40 years old, that on income. That's not the idea. You have to go back and figure out where does income come from? It comes from the equity you have in there. The more equity you build, the more income you're going to have. Oh, wait a second. It's dawning on me. You want income in retirement, not now. I'm not telling you to buy negative cash flow properties or anything of the such. Don't ever say Jeff said that. What I'm telling you is that going for income, when you have so much income you're investing, is one of the things that busts me up every time I see it. And when I point it out to people, it hits them right where they live and they understand it. Now, the need for a purposeful plan is to understand this exact issue. And the reason I say that is that most people make the huge mistake that cripples any serious plan of doing what I just said don't do. They go for the income. And let me tell you in plain language, when you go for the income and that's all you do, you cripple your potential income by twice, sometimes 4 times. I've seen it 4 times where you could have made tons more in income at retirement, and you didn't because you constantly went for income early and not for growth. I cannot tell you how important it is. Now, one of the things that I want no mistake made, I'm not telling people to invest in losing properties, like I said. I want you to prepare for the potential mishaps along the way. You got to repair this big thing, this roof that caved in, whatever it is. It's going to cost you. And it's going to cost you a lot of money in 1 year, and you might not see another thing like that in 8 years. But you cannot avoid it. You've got to pay attention to it. Understand, you're investing for equity in the long run. The last 2 or 3 years can be going for retirement income. In the long run, you're trying to grow as large as you can, as quickly as you can, but as safe as possible. Safety is number 1, and number 2 isn't even close. Think about what would happen if you had your money, all your 401k money and all that in the stock market, all your private money, and 6 months before you're going to retire, it falls by 40%. Welcome to reality. I've heard stories like that, broken hearts. I cannot tell you how it pains me to hear those stories, but they're all too common. And what I want to tell you is that I consider my role as an investment investor as somebody who's able to separate what makes sense, what I've seen in almost 55 years of being licensed. And man, I've seen a lot, and I've learned a ton. Every time I think I know it all, it puts me in my place. I don't. But I know this. Going for income early is a suicide for your investment plan. And those that go for income first lose what they never know they would have gotten. And I can't underline that enough. We'll see you next time.